Hey, you went flying big and spur. Hey, you went drive around the world. Hey, you went round like a squirrel. Hey, you went Chanel pearls. Hey, you went Rolls Royce car. Hey, you went Rolls Royce truck. Oh, you want water all my hoes. Oh, you want to line it all up. Hey, I'm gonna play it how it is. Hey, I've been playing for some years. Hey, you trying to steal all the spill. Hey, I'm in the field, not a pill. Hey, you want to steal and I spill. Hey, you know how real niggas is. Rolls Royce still Uncle Phil. Yeah. Oh, you went top off. Oh, you went Flintstones. Oh, you took the little roller off. Oh, you went big stones. Oh, you made 2 extra M's. Oh, you went ringtones. Oh, you went train on that bitch. Oh, you went ding dong. Oh, you went kingpin. Oh, you went wings in. Oh, you went hands on. Oh, you ain't seen it. Oh, you ain't a demon. Shoot out the demon, man. Oh, you ain't king, yeah. That ain't a stream, man. Hey, you went flying big and spur. Hey, you went drive around the world.
Bring all your friends for my crew. We can kick it all you want. Show me what you're on. Y'all stay here, cause they know that you're cool. Yeah, my lady different, yeah, she back to the bone, yeah. Girlie, I just wanna hold you closer. The way you move, you make me this composure. You're fast enough and then you make me slower. Let me get these thoughts before they not teach over. Girl, you really love. You got a number to my city, love. Them other girls, they ain't bad, no. Them other girls, they ain't bad.
And then my tutorial no make a treat. Send this video to a friend who can, you know, translate it for you. To me, the primer now, but this side of my face. Who said my skin now be more glossy, shiny style. Are you ready for foundation now? A NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. So me de fifa me nim yina me de top high parts no ne low parts no yina. Say I'm glow kakra waha. Nice rich complexion, but added brightness. On this way, Too Faced concealer. I use it too bright. A co-walk keke, min ko baby. Just to say me percent me look it cute for my walk. To use it just a little bit. Yeah, we too much. Obey ne kitwe be at all pam pam. No chin. As 1%, hand no be too not blended. I'm using me use it. This one. I will now speak a little bit of Ghana English for you guys. Try so bit tall, but now I blended concealer no come. Hey, foundation and concealer no you're too cute. Under contour no kakra. Now ma with some small little dimensions will him, but not too bright. Said your whole paw. Concealer no so chale air fine. Skin now bright here yet to say. Chocolate goddess be. Say now you know. Now the brush and I tap it kakra. Yeah, so fine. Me pese definition no beba more. Use it me Charlotte Tilbury. Asakra I say me turn new one. Oh chroma, not my turn new one. Because we card there I sound too much. So now me the dark one na fifa ha kitwe be more angles any shapes e woman. Yeah concealer na ne nyama. Say set concealer until me use it YSL or new all our setting powder no. To me the powder na fifa me ya say kitwe be. Na hand na ye bright and that sounds why you smooth. Very smooth. Until person when in better how fine I say we use blusher kitwe be until when ye YSL blusher. To say coral pinky color, very nice, but my small kind of definition any glow. A very cute one. Me tomano kitwe be eco clear gloss 3D gloss no. It's such a cute one. Cry. You just have to use it slowly and just really blend it on the lips. Chale Marie, so me koya me 10k steps. My ready. My is soft glam. It's so nice out there. And I'm so sorry if you don't understand what I was saying. Just send it to one of your beautiful Ghanaian friends and they'll translate it for you. If you want more tree lessons, tree classes with makeup, just comment below and I'll give you what you want.
Today I'm going to show you guys my makeup routine with drugstore products that are all under $20, dark teen girl friendly. Product number 1 is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. If you don't want your makeup to go anywhere all day, we have to make sure we're using primer. And make sure you're patting it in your face so it actually is sticky. The next product is e.l.f. Halo Glow in the shade Rich 8.5. This product is definitely a staple. I see it in almost every girl's makeup routine, and it is also one of my favorite products. Next, I go in with the Fit Me Concealer. This concealer is very creamy and brightening. Next, I'll go in with this Fit Me foundation in shade 380 Espresso to contour my nose. Fit Me is an amazing brand because they have so many products with so many shades that can suit dark skin. Next, I went ahead and went in with this e.l.f. blush. Kind of rosy, red, pink, like cherry color. I don't know the name of the shade, but it's really pretty and it pops up really nice. It's very pigmented, so I really recommend it to other dark skin girlies. Then I go ahead and go in with the Fit Me concealer just in a lighter shade because I like that bright under eye look. Next, I go in with the Fit Me powder in shade 40, and I do this in all the areas I concealed. No reason brands should be waiting a whole separate drop just to drop products that are suitable for dark skins. It needs to be in the first launch. Next, for my under eyes, I'll go in with the Essence Lash Princess Mascara, and I will also be using the e.l.f. eyeliner. Then I will go in with some more blush just to get back any color I lost from the powder. For my highlighter, I have this palette from the beauty supply store that I use. I don't know how long ago I got it. And lastly, before I do my lip combo, I go in with the NYX Long Lasting Setting Spray. It's brown. I mix, like, I do an outer layer with the black pencil, and then I do the inner layer with the brown pencil, and then I use lip gloss. NYX lip gloss from the beauty supply store as well. Here's the finished look with all my drugstore products.
I put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable so you can break my heart.
Just wanna know you adore me. It's for you only, giving it to you anywhere you wanted me. I get so weak when you hold me, kissing me slowly. Oh baby, I can tell when it's ready, cause all the chills on your body just show me how much you know me. Baby, that's how you know it's the best. When it's more than the surface, it's so deep. Touch me like, ooh, nothing feel better than you in this bed. All night, every day, let it rain, cause it's going all the way. Don't need to say it, I just might take you higher, grip.
I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down on. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on.
I can't settle for less, but you just take my breath. I'm drowning. Yeah, you got me drowning. Ooh, I can't handle no stress, but you don't treat me that bad. And I'm the kind of girl that you never can dream of.
I'm supposed to do this. I get nervous on the guys, but I use green Geo glue on my eyebrows and just brush it up. And then go with my brow pomade that I've had since like year 7. Then I use Charlotte Tilbury to shape my eyebrows. I did it off cam because it just takes long, but yeah. Then I put this colour from the eyeshadow palette on my eyes. I don't know how to do eyeshadow. I just put it on my eyes for real. And of course, we got the curve case. I just swear by the curve case. Like, everyone that doesn't have a curve case, why not? But yeah, I put it in these places and I just blend it out with a Real Technique brush. Then I go in with my Charlotte Tilbury concealer in the shade Chai. It's closer to my skin colour. Absolutely love it. Swear by it. Please don't forget to put it on your forehead. Okay, you lot might think I'm weird for this, but I use a powder puff to blend. I swear by it. I'm so sorry. I might start using a brush, but not anytime soon. I love the powder puff. It just does the job. Look it. And then I go back in with that Real Technique brush just to blend the bronzer. This is the only colour I use on my blush. And then I go back in with a little bit more concealer in some spaces. And I just blend, 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 blend. And then I go in with Charlotte Tilbury again. This shade is Warm Sand, just to brighten my under eye. I stay contemplating whether my under eye is bright enough. And of course, I'm gonna add more. When blended, don't take it anywhere else, just keep it under the eye. I only started using Laura Mercier this year, and I also love it, not even gonna lie. I use it in the shade Transparent, I think it's called. I just put that everywhere I've put concealer. I go in with a powder brush. I don't dab it in, I literally just swipe it off my face. I then go in with the Fenty bronzer in Mocha Mami. I basically use it as a setting powder to set the cream bronzer. And with my Rimmel blush, she's on her last legs, trust me, I know. Another thing I stand for is the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. This, wow, I quite literally drown my face in it. I always top up with a little bit more blush and bronzer because you can never have too much. But you know, don't do too much. I just wipe my lip before my lip combo. And of course the nose ring, it's a must. See a little accents in your makeup? They're so little, but they actually do so much. I love it. Little hack when you're overlining your lip liner. Don't actually overline your lips. Just go over your Cupid's bow. Of course, we've got the NYX Bottle Gloss in shade Creme Brulee. She's an icon. Mascara is also one of my favourite bits. It's so little, but it does so much. And then lastly, I got the lip oil. I don't really like lip gloss because I think it's too heavy on my lips. Just a quick touch up. And she's all done. That wasn't as bad as I thought. Got the back camera check. Gang.
Bristow, talk to him. I turn her up to a pack. Best friend told her she better get back. Okay. Hey, I turn her up to a pack. The best friend told her she better get back. Say what you mean, we direct. Cash on the road, better keep it a stack. Only 2 seats in the back. Somebody can't come, I'ma leave it with that. Whenever I'm geek, then I'm best. Me and all the week, I ain't even get rest. Can't lose sleep by the witch. Fucked up friend, but I think it's a test. Say what you mean, we direct. No more drink, who the reason for that? I ain't even see you for that. It was fuck everybody, you the reason for that. She called me geeking again. She thinks she slick, I'ma bleed her for that. Niggas wanna beef on the net, I'ma be cool, little bro, fiending for that. I used to go to sleep in the trap, I ain't even sell shit, this where my people was at.
So can you come pick up your clothes? I had them folded. Meet me at the door. It's still open. I know it's getting cold out, but it's not frozen. So come pick up your clothes. I had them folded. I'll let your body decide. to get intimate, even though they know I really ain't into it.
You're not into it?
I'm not into it. I already know the game and I've been through it. See, I buy my own bags, my boots, my jeans. Will a rock with my rebel yell underneath. You wanna step to me? Since you got a long way to go. Rock with me, claim that you're so hot. And you say you got skills in the bedroom. You try to front when you're so mad. Had a chance, you still never come through. You say you wanna come see me, cause you know your girlfriend wanna be me. I'ma tell you why you can't. But you got a long way to go. Say you wanna love me, wanna touch me. Think twice cause you got a long way to go. Don't know how to act, better fall back. It's not that cause you got a long way to go. It's not that deep, take it easy. You know please, you got a long way to go. I'm a bad girl, you wanna get close. Hands up cause you got a long way. I love it when they try to get scandalous, even though they know they really can't handle it.
They can't handle it?
They can't handle it. Trying to take me out to dinner, I cancel it. If you really wanna know me, first of all, you should never try to get too personal, cause I meant it when I said that you got a long way to go. Yeah. You claim that you're so hot, and you say you got skills in the bedroom. You try to front when you're so mad. Had a chance, you still never come through. You say you wanna come see me, cause you know your girlfriend wanna be me. I'ma tell you why you can't. But you got a long way to go. Say you wanna love me, wanna touch me. Think twice cause you got a long way to go. Don't know how to act, never fall back. It's not that cause you got a long way to go. It's not that deep, take it easy. You know please me, you got a long way to go. I'm a bad girl, you wanna get close. Hands up cause you got a long way. You claim that you're so hot, and you say you got skills in the bedroom. You try to front when you're so mad. Had a chance, you still never come through. You say you wanna come see me, cause you know your girlfriend wanna be me. Yeah, since you got a long way to go. Say you wanna love me, wanna touch me. Think twice cause you got a long way to go. Don't know how to act, better fall back. It's not that cause you got a long way to go. It's not that deep, take it easy. You know please me, you got a long way to go. I'm a bad girl, wanna get close. Hands up cause you got a long way to go. Wanna love me, wanna touch me. Think twice cause you got a long way to go. Don't know how to act, better fall back. It's like that cause you got a long way to go. It's not that deep, take it easy. You wanna please me, you got a long way to go.
Here's how you layer your makeup. Primer, foundation, blend, concealer, blend, cream blush, brightening concealer, cream bronzer, blend, honey setting powder, deep powder, powder blush, powder bronzer, highlighter, setting spray, mascara, lip liner, lip gloss. All done. What order do you do your makeup?
This is how to layer your makeup. Foundation, concealer, liquid bronzer, brightening concealer, liquid blush, setting powder, powder bronzer, powder blush, highlighter, lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, setting spray, and all done.
Same shit that you do when I'm not up in the room. Yeah, baby, let's drink. I'ma text Brian, FaceTime Ryan, call up Kanan, tell him I name him. Niggas ain't loyal. And I knew from the jump when you showed me the ropes that I wouldn't never have trust for you. You creeping, I'm leaving, you call me, I pick up, I hang up, you text me, let's link up, then I just say fuck it, then we end up fucking, and you start up something I said I was done with. Then it all repeats in the next 2 weeks, I'll be back on the same I'm done shit. If they only knew that I'd rather be loose, man, I'm tempted, but I ain't gon'
Tell nobody.
Tell nobody.
Yeah, I know what you're saying is the truth, but baby, don't tell nobody. No. Don't run me off in front of company. You know we can work that out. Maybe we should work that out. Maybe we should work that out. You know we could work that. Only don't tell nobody. Don't run me off.
Makeup tutorial for dummies. Probably not dummies, that was a little harsh. I saw another video with another girl saying that, so I was just trying to copy it, but you guys aren't dummies, okay? And warning, this is gonna be a little long, but that's because we're going step by step, detail by detail. So first things first is find a good foundation. Try to match it to your neck instead of your face so everything blends a bit more seamlessly. Something I had to learn the hard way. For first timers, I think a beauty blender is a bit easier to work with than starting with brushes. Take your time blending your foundation out and don't use a lot of product. Use a little and just kind of build it up to what your skin needs. When choosing a concealer, make sure you know your undertone. For the longest, I was using a yellow tone concealer, and my undertone is actually more like reddish orange. What I needed to use was something more golden than yellow. I love to apply my concealer this way because when you sculpt it like up like that, it just gives you more of like a lifted look to your eyes. So as you guys can see, I did not use a lot of product. If you're a beginner, because if you use too much product, you will have a very difficult time blending it out. Now this may be personal, but this I don't like. So don't be afraid to use the butt of your little sponge and kind of soften this out. For blending out your nose, try to use the pointiest tip of your blender and slightly dab so we don't spread that concealer all over the nose. So now you want your contour stick to be darker than your actual skin tone. I like to just do gentle little taps and only along the baseline of my cheek. With a little bit of taps along the side of my nose and the front of it. That's all for you ladies starting out. We're not gonna go too crazy because you can end up looking real dirty if you don't know what you're doing with this. The big body. And pat it out, so. To blend this. You want to make sure your setting powder matches your concealer. For example, I used to use this. This is way too light and it did not blend naturally. It made my face look really yellow. So I had to go more golden. These little like triangle, I was gonna say square, triangle things to apply my setting powder. Now this is a crucial step. Have to set your makeup. So while this sits for a little, you're gonna go in. I just like to use like, it can be a powder foundation or just like another type of non-loose powder that matches the color of my contour stick, so a little bit darker, and apply it where you contour just to set that in. Grab a little brush and we're just gonna set in the powder. I like to press it into the skin instead of flashing it away. The fun part, blush. There's so many blushes you can choose from, but my favorite for a darker chocolate skin girly, it's always gonna be an orange tone blush for me. I feel like that is my natural blushing color. I'm gonna go with the CoverGirl one because as you can see, I'll be using this up, but this is a lot more of a natural orange than the Tarte. It's a little bit more like in your face. So if you're just starting out, I think this will be a good like gentle one, and it's also very affordable. I think it's like $10 or something at Walmart, Target. And Cocoa Girls, like our skin loves blush. It really eats it up. So you don't even have to be scared to go too heavy on it because it will like, I don't know, I feel like once I step out the house, it dissolves anyway, so. So now for lips, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am yet to really find a lip liner that is dark enough for me, so I always end up using eyeliners. Sephora's retractable eyeliner, favorite lip liner for me. So now for glosses, my favorite natural shade is Hot Chocolate. I like to do kind of a glossy brown. Now last step is to set your face. These are my two favorite setting sprays. You know, I stand by Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, but they really need to work on the smell because it really smells like booty hole. This smells delightful. It doesn't really have much of a smell. And when I say this OS, when you spray this, you can go outside. It could be hot as balls. The rest of me is sweating, but the makeup's not moving. The makeup is not moving, babes. So on Till Dawn, they told no lies about that. And literally that's it. It is not really that hard, guys. But I saw a video, somebody was saying how, you know, enough of the girls are not doing step by step by step. So I wanted to give you guys step by step by step. I don't know why I'm doing this.
Carve top brow, carve bottom brow, other side, middle, all over lid, forehead, bridge of nose, cupid's bow, chin. Concealer on inner corner, concealer on outer corner, joined together. And other side, concealer below jawline, cream contour on forehead, cheekbones, jawline, sides of nose, eye crease, and other side. Blending from top to bottom, forehead, eyes, nose contour, under eyes, cheekbones, cupid's bow, chin. Add a little bit of your foundation, blend everywhere. Some liquid blush, blend, fill in eyebrows, set under eyes, the cheekbones, brown eyeshadow, nude eyeshadow, shadow wing, a pair of lashes, powder bronzer, blush, lip liner, lipstick, and you're done.
I've got more than 22. 22. Oh, I've got more than 22. It may not come when I want, but favor still follows me. It may not come when I need, but patience is everything. Yeah, I'ma take a song I like and make it about Jesus Christ. Yeah, he deserves the praise, cause he paid the price. So grateful that he saved my life. I gotta keep my head up high, can't focus on the ones beside that lead me to my destiny. I pray my destiny is still finding me. Yeah, it's amazing how in his presence the blessings they follow me. Oh, it's amazing how when I stumble his hand puts me back on my feet. It may not come when I want, but favor still follows me. It may not come when I need, but patience is everything. So I got more than 22 reasons to thank you. How your love goes deeper than the surface. So I put my trust in you. I've got more than 22 reasons to thank you. More than 22 reasons to praise. I'm seeking your face out. I don't know why you gave me another chance to change up my life. I come 22.
I love a bitch who know how to do her own makeup. I'm not saying you're gonna do your makeup all the time by yourself, but bitch, know how to do a little eyebrow and a little lash at the least, or something to be. Because now everybody going out, you asking somebody, can they put your fucking lashes on, bitch? YouTube is free. Get you a palette. Why the fuck do you always gotta book Beats by Brie? Learn how to do a little
I say this with all humility, but I personally believe I have one of the best bases on this app. And it comes from years of trial and error and practice. Let me show you how I achieve my flawless base that looks flawless on camera and in real life. It doesn't have flashback, and it's gonna last all day. And of course, it's dark skin friendly. My holy grail priming duo is the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder and the Water Powder Serum. Some people have asked me which one you should apply first. I personally like to use the Blurring Balm Powder first. And I apply the balm on my entire face, and then I like to take the serum and apply it right on top. I'm focusing the serum more in the areas that I get the most oily, so for me that is my T-zone and kind of just the center of my face. Next I'm going to color correct. I'm using the Morphe Wake Up Artist color corrector in the shade Cinnamon, and I'm applying this to any of the areas that I have hyperpigmentation so that this hyperpigmentation doesn't peek through our foundation and give it a gray cast. Next I like to go in with my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. I use this to spot conceal any blemishes that I have, and I also use this to conceal my eyebrows. And I just like using a flat little tiny eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to apply it to any dark spots that I have or blemishes. And then next I'm just going to conceal my eyebrows. I like to do this after I apply my primer, and I personally like to conceal the top and the bottom. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. I'm in the shade 370. I like to apply it to my skin first with my finger, and I kind of spread it in a thin layer. I feel like doing it first with your finger before you use your brush really helps it to blend in easily, and we do not skip the forehead over here. And then I always blend my foundation down my neck. Ever since I got it, I have been obsessed with the Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. It smells like chocolate, which is so pleasant, and I'm in the shade Chocolate Espresso. I think this is the creamiest bronzer that I have ever used. It just melts and blends into the skin so easily. It is completely foolproof, and it doesn't look muddy at all. I absolutely adore the Haus Labs blush sticks. This one is probably my favorite one. It's in the shade Glassy Watermelon. It's this pure red shade, and I apply it to the high points of my cheek like this. I'm also going to mix in some of this pink shade. This is the shade Glassy Pitaya. Such a stunning pink color, and I'm applying this closer to the apples of my cheeks. I love going in pretty heavy with my blush, and I'm going to start with the red shade first, and using tapping motions I'm just going to blend that out, and then we'll move closer to the pink shade. And though this is on the apple of my cheek, I am blending this up closer towards the red shade. I'm not dragging this down my face. To know me is to know that I love blush, so I will always apply it in abundance. I also like to go back in with my foundation brush and just tap over the edges of my base to make sure there are no harsh lines and everything is nicely blended together. Now I'm going to go in with my concealers. I have been obsessed and in love with the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer, and I always use two shades, one shade to conceal and one to brighten. First I'm going to go in with the shade NR15. This is my concealing shade, and I apply to my under eyes, avoiding the innermost corner, and then I go above my lid and in the center of my chin. I also like to apply to the center of my forehead. The brightening shade I'm using is NY12, and I'm applying this under my eyes, in the innermost corner, the bridge of my nose, and then I do kind of like to mix this in with the other shade on the center of my forehead. I'm someone that really values the longevity of my makeup, so I like to apply a setting spray before I blend out my concealer. This is the Morphe Jumbo Continuous Prep and Set Mist. I absolutely love this. And now I'm going to let it dry down on my skin. I'm going to let it dry down with the concealer. I'm going to be using two concealer brushes. This first one is from Danessa Myricks. I'm going to use this to blend out the concealer on my face. I like to blend out my under eye last, so I'm going to blend out every other area of my face. I also like to go back in again with my foundation brush and just kind of tap along the edges to make sure everything flawless with no harsh lines. I also like to blend the concealer on my nose with my finger because this is such a precise application. I don't want this to spread out too much. And then I grab my foundation brush and just blend along the sides again so that we don't spread it out. And now I'm going to blend in my concealer. I'm going to blend the darker shade first, and then I'm going to blend the inner corner with my second concealer brush. This is a Rare Beauty concealer brush. If you're familiar with my content, then you're familiar with my powder routine. I like to use a pressed powder and then a loose setting powder. My favorite pressed powder lately has been the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I use the shade 310 to set under my eyes. I'm going to use a tapered powder brush to apply this. Sometimes I use a powder puff. It really just depends on my mood. So what I like to do is look up into my mirror, blend out any creases, and then without looking down, set my under eye with my powder. I like to go in with a couple layers of this. I probably use like maybe 3 layers of pressed powder just to make sure everything is completely set into place. And then I'm also going to use my pressed powder. Ooh, we just hit pan. I'm going to set every area that I applied my concealer. I like using this shade to do this because it maintains the dimension that highlighting the face adds. The face is not one-dimensional and we don't want it to look flat, so we're going to keep all the highlighted areas highlighted. Next, I'm going to go in with my One Size Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation. Clearly, I love this as well. And using a fluffy powder brush, I'm going to set the rest of my face. Depending on the finish you want, you can go in light or heavy with this. I typically like a skin-like to matte finish. I also have oily skin, so I like to go in pretty heavy with this step. I'm avoiding the areas that I added the brighter shade of powder. And to make sure, again, there's no harsh lines between our powder, I'm going back in with the brush I used to apply the lighter shade, and I'm just tapping over the edges to kind of smooth those edges out, the same way we would do with concealer. Next, I'm going to go in with my loose setting powder. I've really been enjoying peach setting powders. This is the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder in the shade Ultra Peach. And using a powder puff, I'm going to apply the powder. I always make sure to smooth that out in the palm of my hand so that we have an even application. And then I like to reverse contour the side of my nose and then go in and apply the powder under my eyes. I also like to bake my upper lip and where my smile lines are down the bridge of my nose. And then I like to add a very light layer on my forehead because my forehead gets quite shiny. I also get asked how long I like to bake for. This does tie into the next step. Next, I'm going to apply my powder bronzer. Today I'm using the House Labs bronzer in the shade Kaya Spice. This gives the most beautiful warm bronzy look. And I leave my powder on to bake for as long as it takes me to apply my powder bronzer. I really like this House Labs bronzer because it has a really nice skin-like finish. As you can see, it has a little bit of luminosity to it because it is a gel powder formula. I love applying to the perimeter of my forehead. I just love how a bronzed forehead looks. And then of course I'm gonna do my jawline. I also like to use the excess powder on my powder puff to carve out my cheekbones after applying my bronzer. And then I like to immediately dust it off because this area of the face is not somewhere that is highlighted. There's more shadows here. I'm just going to press the setting powder into my under eye as much as I possibly can, and there is going to be excess powder. All I do is I take the powder brush I use to apply my lighter setting powder and I use this to blend and dust away all of the excess powder. I really like blending it into my bronzer. It just gives more of a flawless look. To melt the powders and again to ensure longevity, I'm going to use my setting spray again, and then I'm going to fan this down until it's completely dry. And now I'm going to contour my nose. I'm just going to follow the lines that have formed from my reverse contour while baking, and I'm going to blend it up towards my brow bone because I have a naturally prominent bone here, so I just blend it into this area. And then I like to apply bronzer to the bottom of the nose and then over my nostrils as well. And then I like to kind of emphasize the natural contours I have on my nose. Next, I'm going to go in with my blush. Today I'm using the Tower 28X Tony Bravo blush in the shade Sunset Shirley. Ever since I got this, I cannot stop reaching for it. It is just the perfect shade of red. I'm applying it to the high points of my cheeks closer to my temples. And like I said, I absolutely love blush, so I'm applying it very generously. Similar to how we did with the cream blush, I'm going to mix in this pinky shade. This is Dragon Fruit Days from House Labs, and I'm going to apply closer to the apple of my cheek, and I'm also going to use this shade to blend my under eye into the deeper shade of blush. And using an extremely light hand, I'm just going to blend these two areas together like this. This will make sure we don't have this harsh line from where we applied our blush and our under eye. This makes your makeup look really professional and so flawless. I feel like it's one of the things that people notice first about your makeup. So really take your time with blending this and make sure everything is very seamless. I also like to use a brighter powder to highlight my under eye some more. And using this little Kosas face detailer brush, I'm going to apply this to the innermost corner of my under eye. I'm really going to focus it in this area, and then any of the excess product on my brush, I'm going to lightly sweep downwards to kind of blend this into the blush as well. By the way, this is the MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade NW20. The brightest part of the under eye should be the innermost corner, and then if I need to, I do go back in with my blush brush that I use to apply the pink blush. I like to go in again with my Morphe setting spray to melt all these powders together. I also always finish off my base with a setting and a fixing spray, again to ensure longevity. I'm starting with the Charlotte Tilbury. I am nearly done with this. I love this setting spray so much, and I'm gonna let this dry down, and then I'm gonna finish off with a fixing spray. This is the One Size Until Dawn setting spray, and this is my completed base routine. Smooth, flawless, and it's going to last all day. I hope you learned something new. Let me know if you try.
Why my bad bitches I'm pretty than a motherfucker, hoes be looking okay. Yeah. She think that she fucking with me, is this bitch okay? He said he ain't fucking around, I look at him like okay. I used to be down bad, but now a bitch okay. I'm pretty than a motherfucker, hoes be looking okay. She think that she fucking with me, is this bitch okay? He said he ain't fucking around, I look at him like okay. I used to be
why they always tryna holler at me. No, they get what they never tryna do it like we. When the bad beats do us, they please. I tend to going off when I step on set. Can someone tell me why she's showing off when she looks a mess? Little mama, don't stress. It's the body in me, the body in me. Anything's possible, I got the Henny in me. It's the body in me, the body in me. You know I love the
Watch me do a natural glam.
The fuck a gal, I know she breathing.
You're too insecure up in all your feelings. And when me and you are leaving.